Remember us. As simple an order as a king can give. Remember why we died. He did not wish tribute, or song, or monuments, or poems of war and valor. Wish was simple. Remember us, he said to me. That was his hope. Should any free soul come across that place. In all the countless centuries yet to be, may all our voices whisper to you from the ageless stones. Go tell the Spartans passerby that here, by Spartan law, we lie. And so my king died, and my brothers died. Barely a year ago. Long I've pondered my king's cryptic talk of victory. Time has proven him wise. For from free Greek to free Greek, the word was spread that bold Leonidas and his 300, so far from home, laid down their lives, not just for Sparta, but for all Greece, and the promise this country holds. Now, here on this rugged patch of earth called Plataea, Xerxes forged face obliteration!
Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network, and welcome to the Zack Snyder Hour with Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi. Skywalker the Jedi.
Zack Snyder fans are weirdos. Do you think James Gunn can reboot the universe properly?
This answer your question.
Oh my God! James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn, James Gunn.
Hey Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something. Woo! And you got a lot of free time, I must say.
Woo, honey. Oh yeah, we get into it, yo. We get into it. Much love, y'all. We about to have a motherfucking ball tonight, yo. I cannot wait to have this conversation with you guys, yo. Man, oh man, the chickens are coming home to roost, and it's time to have this conversation. We are here. We are live. Man, look, first of all, let me start with this. If you are a fan of Zack Snyder and his works, right, where else better is there to be than right here? I'm going to ask you guys a question, right? Because every time I turn around, I'm just seeing egregious behavior by people that claim that they be fans, yo. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? They getting merch sent to their house, right? They wearing Superman shirts at the fucking shit. You know what I mean? Right? They on streams with motherfuckers that go at Snyder fans all the time, bro. Got people you know, fucking moderating chats that shouldn't be, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. But yet they'll tell us that we be the ones that's wrong, right? Just because we stay the course. These other motherfuckers is content creators. I create content, bro. There's a difference. If we not having these conversations that we are having over here, what is the entire landscape of this shit like right now? Do you guys think that it's the way it is now? I don't think so. I don't think so whatsoever. I think if we're not over here having these conversations, this landscape is very, very different right now. Crazy. Right? But let's say what's up to the chat before we get started with the show, because I got a lot that I'm about to cook on tonight. We about to have a great conversation, yo. We about to have a great conversation. Oh yeah, right. We got Toy Mafia in the house, right? DC Batman. No, there will not be major spoilers because I haven't even seen this episode back then. I have not been watching Rick and Morty. I was just as surprised as all of you were. But we gonna discuss it, right? Y'all know we don't duck no smoke over here. We don't duck no smoke over here. We gonna talk about everything. Ain't gonna be nothing that happened that we gonna be like, yeah, we just ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I mean? We about to have this conversation for show. What's going on? The Batman. We got Philip Stevens in the house. What's going on? Mysterious Stranger. He said, did Zach say yes? If so, that's a point. Look, man, as we about to break down, nah, bro, we ain't about to do that, bro. We ain't about to do that. I ain't about to hate on Zach for what he did. And I'm going to tell y'all why. And y'all tell me if I'm tripping. See, what I love about this shit is that we have people that obviously come in here and they don't always agree, right? And we're never going to always agree. I don't agree on everything with my mother. So why would I expect for people on the internet to agree with me about 100% of everything? That makes no sense. We do not live in an echo chamber. I know that we joke about that, but you know, hey, we get into disagreements all the time. Leon and I, right? We was just talking about something that we disagreed about earlier, you know, that he was like, hey, man, you might have actually been right. And it's stuff that, you know, has happened and we've disagreed over. And it's went the opposite way, too. We don't live in an echo chamber. As much as people like to make that kind of claim and that joke, it's not based in reality, right? So, yeah, just like when we're over here having these conversations, wait, why did I even bring that up? I don't even know why. Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna talk about why I'm not gonna hate on this dude whatsoever. Like this was actually I think a genius play, and it actually kind of exposed a lot if you want to look at it in another way too. So 100%. We got Bass Reeves saying Tyrone Magnus hates the movie. Hey, that's not surprising. A lot of people do, right? And hey, It is what it is, right? Some people are going to genuinely look. And here's the thing. I don't think that everybody in the world that says that they like this movie is paid to fucking say that they like this movie. That's not my claim whatsoever, right? What I am going to say is what I do think is very odd is based off people's like patterns with certain things, how they've acted in terms of the lead up to this film and like after its release, right? There's been a lot of strange things going on. And that's the thing that I want to kind of highlight here. And I think that this situation kind of highlights a whole lot, you know? And yeah, we ain't tripping about what everybody else saying, because I already knew this shit was going to be trash. What's going on, Taylor West? We got Joe Buck. What's going on? We got Joe Kerr. Right. Joe Nathan. Right. He said, I don't even know if I'm gonna catch it on 1, 2, 3 for research purposes or not. I like if we're space monkeys, they gotta be flesh. Bro, it's crazy, bro. Right. And you know what's wild too? Leon brought this up, and this was a great point. When we were talking about that, nobody even challenged it. Anybody say, hey, Sky and Leon, y'all reaching. Because y'all know. Space Monkeys creating a hashtag, dog? Are you serious? Yeah. Yeah, look, we're gonna get to that. I just don't want, because y'all talking about that this episode of Rick and Morty is gonna be super dope. Look, my only thing is, I don't know. Look, I'm gonna have to watch it because people have been lying about all kind of shit surrounding this movie, man. And bro, you literally had people in here trying to lie about the post-credit scenes, right? I've been seeing people say, oh my God, Ben Affleck's Batman is in the post-credit scene. I was like, what? Oh, the hashtags aren't in the movie. Right? It's crazy. What's going on, Michael? Man, it's a lot of people and a lot of chats in here. Y'all been killing it. What's going on, Sin Habit? We got the Curly Ray with the member chat for 17 months saying ZSJL2 or yes, ZSJL2 and 3 is inevitable, and we close to the finish line. Hashtag sales ZSJL and sales Snyderverse to Netflix. Much love, Curly Ray. Let me go ahead and let me give you this drop, bro.
Snyderverse forever, and y'all know it.
Henry Cavill's Superman never smiled. We need James Gunn to bring us hope.
Right? What's going on, bro? And yeah. No, oh no. He said can't use Joe. No. First of all, Angry Joe was in there calling us nerd. He was in there calling us weirdo. Why can't I use that? And also, that statement from Grace Randolph, does that make it not true? Is James Gunn as successful as Zack Snyder is? Is he? Does the way that she feel about the Superman movie make that statement less true? I need somebody to answer me that question. I'll wait. Right? Don't worry, I'll wait. Man, y'all are killing it in the chat. It's a lot of people. What's going on, Asthmatic? We got Hollywood in the building. Mr. Wayne, Cody J. Braun. Right? What's going on? Future Tron, Trav Man Entertainment. What's going on, Trav? Much love, bro. Man, oh man. Brick Builders, MD in the building. we got the new geeks in the building. Apex, Leon, what's going on, bro? Nathan, right? Qatar, Sean Franklin, Daniel, James G, philosopher, right? Yeah. Man, y'all killing it in the chat. It is a lot of people in here, right? Daniel in the building. Josh Herrera is in the house. What's going on, Josh Herrera? Integrity 101. Frank C. He said, wait, Sky, are you the originator? Yes. Yes, bro. Yes. Yes. Crazy, right? So, yes, when I say that they in there making fun of us in the fucking movie, got some space monkeys, right? Joe Buck, if you bring some shit up like that again, bro, y'all know how I feel about blocking people. If you ever bring that shit up and say that again, I will block you. I don't give a fuck what she said. There is proof. Who got interviewed? Oh my God, bro. Anyway, moving forward. Yes. Yes. Crazy, bro. Coming here talking about some, oh, so and so said that they were the ones who created it. No. Thank you, Leon. Yes, bro. We in here, bro. He said, I'd rather be a space monkey over a flesh bot. Crazy, bro. They said that we space monkeys, dog. That shit is crazy. Anyway, let's go ahead and get through the opening little rigmarole. See, Hollywood, you got to listen, right? Because I be doing this every day. Every stream. We're on the road to 5K. Make sure you guys are smashing the like button, hitting that notification bell, as well as the subscribe button, right? Because, you know, we've been over here working because we are the originators, the creators, the founders, the fucking the engine, whatever you want to call it, bro. The captains, the stewards. You know, sell ZSJL and sell Snyderverse to Netflix. Often imitated, but never duplicated. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I don't think y'all get it, bro. We are it. And I fucking know they hate when we talk like this. Right? But it's crazy. There's actual fucking space monkeys that started a hashtag to make Superman look bad in this movie. Right? I need you guys to understand that. Crazy. Coming in here, bringing that chick up. Wow, bro. Got me getting out of character. Anyway, if you do want to rock out, we only ask 3 things: that you be positive while you're using the hashtags, 2, that they aren't mixed with others, and 3, that we don't tag, mention, quote, tweet, reply to, or anything like that anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to James Gunn. You dig? ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and X are also platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to. because all pertinent information will be coming from there, as well as myself and Apex Leon of the New Geeks. If you would like to sponsor a stream, when you guys give super chats, super thanks, or gift memberships, whoever donates the most will have their name scrolling across the bottom, like Rhea from the Glimmercast does on this stream. You dig? Because we in here. We are in here, man. He said, man, I always wanted monkeys on social media in a Superman film. Yo, they got to deal with that, bro. They got to deal with that, bro. They got to deal with that. That's what their guy did. And he's chronically online. He has responded to our hashtags in the past, you know, and it's just, hey, man, it is what it is, right? But let's get started with the show. You dig? Because this is the mother Zack Snyder hour. Now, look, like people was in the chat earlier trying to say, hey, they were disappointed if this was the case, right? Man, I have said this shit time and time again. Whenever there is a fucking DC movie to promote, they have to reach out to the GOAT. They do. You see it happen every single time. And as long as these things are done in a tasteful way that are not compromising who Zack is as a person or as like a filmmaker, right? I don't mind. Especially in this context, right? Because they called this dude in to get a check for roasting James Gunn. Yo, they called this dude in and gave him a check to roast James Gunn. Right? He said, Space Monkey seems a little racially motivated. Well, that's just me, right? Integrity said, how are normies going to embrace a Superman film with a bunch of characters they never even heard of? Bro, I saw somebody say this film feels like a sequel to a movie that I haven't seen before. That I hadn't seen. Right? So, dude, it's just, these things are crazy, bro. We literally see this happen every time. Each and every single time that they got a movie to promote, it's like, hey, they got to reach out to the GOAT. And I don't mind, especially for what they did. I don't know if you guys have seen it. This clip has been making its way around the web. Let's just go ahead and get straight to it. This shit is actually was pretty hilarious to me. But let's go ahead and watch it. This is the clip that got the world talking. Let's get to it.
Creatine, please. Yo, James Gunn.
Oh, hi, Zack Snyder.
Just saw your new cut of Superman, and word of advice, he's the man of steel, not the man of conversation.
Okay.
Do more shots of him punching, and here is a secret move. Start the punch at regular speed, and then you're gonna ramp it down.
It's not a fucking secret! I'm sorry, Zack Snyder. I shouldn't be lashing out at you. Your biceps are the size of my head.
Yes, but so is my heart. What's going on with you?
Some fan of the Velocity franchise got onto the lot today. He used a portal and he just... Zack, we're not losing touch with the audience, are we? I mean, I gave notes on the goddamn Count Chocula movie this morning.
Was the portal green? That's Rick Sanchez, Gunner. That's the guy that sealed Nolan in the giant bookcase to quote-unquote punish him for Interstellar. He doesn't represent real fans. He's just the smartest man in the universe. Don't sweat it. He can't do what we do. Probably. Gonna go crush some weights. One day you're gonna wish you hit the gym like I do, James Gunn.
Yo, this was hilarious, bro. That shit was hilarious to me, bro. I ain't gonna fret. That shit was hilarious. Right? He clowned the fuck out of him, bro. He like, bro, one day you're gonna wish you hit the gym like me, James. Oh my god, bro. That shit was hilarious. So, do I mind Zack going over to the WB and getting a check for clowning this dude real quick? Right? No. Why would I mind? Why would I get upset and be like, oh my God? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Zack. Oh my Zack. Zack, how could you? How could you, bro? It's like, hey man, look, if y'all about to go give me a check to come clown this motherfucker. Y'all see Zack eating, he got the creatine, he got the creatine jar on the tray. I love how if they put the Deborah tattoo there, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, bro. Biceps. Yeah, bro. Crazy. Ain't no way I'm gonna be hot, be sitting there like, oh my God, I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? No. Creatine, please. Right? No. I don't even look. Nah, we're gonna talk about this because I think that we can use this as a teaching point and as a learning point, right? Because look.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We didn't. So we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn.
Right. I think that there is a very, very good point that can be taken from this entire situation. Right? Real talk. You dig? So look. I caught a lot. No, I caught a lot of like flack. You know what I mean? When this picture came out of Zack Snyder and James Gunn together at Warner Brothers at DC Studios or whatever, right? Everybody lost their fucking minds. They was like, yo, this means Zack is bro. How many of your favorite content creators tried to say that, guys? How many of your favorite content creators tried to say that Zack and James Gunn were super besties and that he was going to work in the DCU and this meant that it was going to be all these things going forward, right? And y'all know what picture I'm talking about, right? This one, right? This picture comes out. Everybody's like, yo, man, Zack's back at DC, guys, right? He gonna be making a project with, under James Gunn, right? This means the door is open for him to do a project under James Gunn, bro. Under James Gunn, under James Gunn's tutelage, right? Right? There is, a high chance of, Zack going back to, what I'm saying, like DC to work under the stewardship, right, of the capable hands, right? How many people Right? How many people was trying to say that this meant that Zack was back at DC? Y'all? How many? And now we know what it was. Now we know. He was up there doing some voice work. Right? That's all that it was. All that fucking hubbub and oh my God, y'all. He back at DC. He working with James Gunn. It was a fucking Rick and Morty episode. Crazy. He said, motherfuckers went restore crazy. And Zack's at the DCU. Right? Zack's at the DCU. Crazy. I mean, is that or is that not what happened? Somebody correct me. Somebody correct me, please. I'll wait. He's the man of steel, not the man of conversation. Bruh. This is wild, yo. Every single time that they have gone in this silly, lighthearted way, right? Each and every single time they failed. From trying to lighten it up with the Schumacher films, especially Batman and Robin, right? That was the death of that franchise. That killed a Justice League movie that was in the works. We all know that story, right? Couldn't get another film. I mean, and it took Christopher Nolan to bring Batman back, right? This is crazy, bro. It took all the way until Christopher Nolan for us to get Batman back on track. After that shit happened with them going that way the first time, right? Then we know what happens after Zack gets in. Hype and box office is exploding, right? They pulled a plug early. They have everything pretty much coming out after that being lackluster. The Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, Shazam 2. I mean, all of these things were pretty much failures. I mean, you could argue that Shazam maybe, right? And that Aquaman 2 eked out some money. But hey, even look, that first one made so much more. And them going in that silly ass route killed the franchise. Right? The DC fan base does not like their movies light and just jovial like that. They don't like it. I think that the market has spoken loud enough. Loud enough. They are the minority. Like, I continue to say this. If all of the top DC movies are all dark and gritty, whatever, right? Except Aquaman, which even still, like I said, that story was going to be very, very similar if Zack was still there, and it was still endorsed by Zack too. Right? So that film was able to come out kind of unscathed and have a good launch. And it was very smooth. Right? So if that's what the market likes, then why are they fighting their own fucking fan base? This is insane. It's not Marvel. Marvel fans, they like that tone. They love that tone. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It's just that both of these fan bases need to be serviced. And they're not being serviced. They're trying to bring the Marvel fan base over to the fucking DC. And it's fun. Zach said it multiple times. He was like, yo, he was the only one in the room trying to say don't copy Marvel. Everybody else wanted to do it. All of them. And they finally gotten their wish. And then now it's failing, right? Because it's good. Bruh, look, they can say whatever they want to say. Word of mouth is not going to save this movie. Yeah. It's not going to save it. These shield interviews are not going to save it. People are figuring this shit out. Right? People are figuring this shit out, man. And as long as we keep having these conversations, they're going to be forced to talk about this shit. See, that's the thing. If we don't do what we do, look, a prime example of this entire thing, right? A prime example is, let's take Full Circle. All right. If you remove Leon and I, let's just keep it a buck. Because other homie that we went with, if you think about it, he had the little Zack interview on Friday. Nothing came of that outside of a drop for his platform. There was no kind of like narrative leading into the future. There was none of that whatsoever. Right? It was my question that got everything popping. It was my posters being signed on Saturday. It was Leon jumping in and having these moments like literally like during the screenings and shit and on lives and everything, right? And really just being a presence. It was me asking the question on fucking Sunday that had the world talking, right? So if you remove Leon and I from Full Circle, what is the narrative from that entire fucking weekend? Nobody else asked Zack about anything going into the future. Nobody. There was people that had that were on full panels with him. They watched entire movies with him. Because while we were watching the movies in the theater, they were doing watch-alongs. You had like a dozen people or so that fucking interviewed Zack or talked to Zack, and nobody asked. Nobody asked. Nobody asked during any of the Q&As, right? Outside of me on Sunday. So, same thing again here. I think if we're not having these conversations, a lot of these things that I'm going to start sharing with you guys in 1 second, they're not happening. People aren't coming out having these conversations about influencers being critics and this line being blurred. Right? It's crazy. And this picture, this one right here, let this one, for anybody that, tried to act like, oh man, we was just tripping when we was like, hey, we wasn't really tripping over the picture. didn't even seem like that big of a deal, right? I mean, if you look at the picture itself, you can see everything that it tells you. You know what I mean? Just look at the face. He looks so happy to be there and have Zack next to him. But it's just like, yo, man, you know, yeah. He said, Metalo, it's Metallo, bro. He said, Jeff Johns, we don't talk about that guy, right? Man, crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. So that's what I mean, man. These conversations have to be had, and they will be had, and we're gonna continue to have them. Cause nah, man, ain't no fucking nah. Everybody try to sell y'all a false bill of goods. Was talking about, oh my God, he about to work under James Gunn at the DCU. He about to work under James Gunn at the DCU. Right? Man. He said, I said Sky, but I meant Zach. Yeah, nah, 100%, bro. Crazy. He said Joss Whedon would have made a better Superman movie. Damn, that's crazy. Oh my God, bro. That's crazy. He said the bar isn't high, bro. He said this picture reminds me of when you run into your 6th grade English teacher. He said, while I hate both, you're not wrong. Hey, that's hilarious, bro, right? Because I don't think he's wrong either. Like, I don't think he's wrong either. He said, Zach's gonna direct The Authority. Y'all remember that? Do y'all remember, hey guys, Zach is gonna direct The Authority? I do. Right? He said he probably would have too. He said being better than dog shit isn't saying much though. Hey, that's true, man. Bro, Justice League was just an abomination, bro. That was so crazy. That was so crazy, bro. Such an he said, Sky, Ben Affleck is directing movies for James Gunn's DC. Yeah, bro. Yeah, crazy. The Authority. Y'all remember that though? I remember all these things. They was really trying to sell y'all that. How do you guys feel? For everybody that bought into it, right? That's watching this, that feels some type of way about what I'm saying, right? Because, hey, y'all was telling me that I was tripping. And that, hey, guys, these people that y'all said work for these companies, right? Bruh, they getting shirts sent to them, bro. Bro, they getting merchandise sent to their house, bro. This shit is in front of y'all face, man. Oh my God. Look, let's go ahead and delve into this, right? Because I think I've cooked enough about that picture. Because it really wasn't even that big of a deal. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to watch the Rick and Morty thing now. Because if it's really that funny, because I used to be a fan of Rick and Morty. Keyword is used to be. You know what I mean? I don't like how they did my dude. Right? I don't like that. I don't like how they did my dude. So I hadn't really been watching since then. But if y'all tell me it's funny, you know what I mean? He said, if I went to hell and had to pick, I would 100 take Justice over the right. Oh man, he said Sky was Team Bird person, bro. Nah, I'm talking about the creator, bro. Justin Roiland. You know what I mean? I don't like how they did Justin Roiland. I said, how's the intelligence going now? You damn. He said this is what y'all wanted. But nah, man, let's go ahead and start getting into this because this is the last topic, man. This reboot was dumb, bro. It don't matter how you slice it. And I brought this up or retcon or whatever, right? However you want to slice it, right? This thing was fucking dumb. It didn't make sense financially, right? Because think about it. If you were going to redo this entire thing, and then the first movie that you have out that's supposed to build your franchise, if it makes less than what the movie that started the franchise out did 12 years ago, when people by all stretches, right, they all say that the DCEU, they always say Zack Snyder's movies underperformed. That is a consistent thing that you hear when you come on this internet. Is that, hey, Zack Snyder's movies just disappointed, y'all. They didn't make enough money. Okay, so if they didn't make enough money and then we reboot or retcon 12 years later, and then the retcon makes less than the other version did 12 years ago, what the fuck did you read? Why are we here? Why are we here? Somebody explain that to me. Somebody explain how a movie that costs more to make than Batman versus Superman made, how it has more DC characters in it than Batman versus Superman had in it, right? How that shit is like, it's okay for that to not wait. It's okay for that to make less than Man of Steel, but Batman versus Superman failed because it didn't make a fucking $1 billion. Somebody make this make sense to me, please. I need this. I need an explanation for why we had to do this to come back around and have something that is less financially viable than the shit that they took from us. Right? Said reboot was always dumb. It's a multi-billion-dollar blunder. I'm shocked so many people still can't figure it out. Shows the power of programming. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Oh, he said Peacemakers and Superman L. Bruh, the whole fucking DC universe is in that movie, for lack of a better term. Right? He said, but BVS is stacked with characters and it's too long and dark. The Batman 3 hours, Superman an entire DC roster. Bruh, I literally heard somebody say that Batman versus Superman, bruh, look. I literally heard somebody say, yo, that what this Superman film did was it made the same mistake that they did the first time. It was like, he was like, bringing in too many characters too quickly. I'm like, bro, all we did was bring in Superman and Batman to the fucking sequel. He acted like the first movie didn't even exist. Because this movie's I need you guys to think about that. I need you guys to think about that, right? Man of Steel was a complete Superman film from start to finish, right? Wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. Wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't like no way to slice it. Ain't no way to dread it, run from it, right? It is a Superman movie. And because the sequel brought in Batman and Wonder Woman, which I don't even count Lex Luthor, because Lex Luthor and fucking Doomsday, they're Superman characters. So no. The only outsiders that were brought in were Batman and Wonder Woman. And since the sequel brought in Batman and Wonder Woman, that meant that we rushed too many characters too fast. But that's the same as James Gunn not having a fucking Superman movie be just a Superman movie. And we just jump right in to the entire DC fucking... They said it's been superheroes for 300 years, bro. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is insane. This is insane. He said, first movie, Superman and his cast. Second movie, Batman and Superman with some cameos from Wonder Woman and teases from the Justice League. The next movie is Wonder Woman. After that, Justice League. But no, too much too soon, blah, blah, blah. Crazy, bro. Think about that. Right? Bruh, I legit saw something that said that this film makes the same mistake. And look at this timeline. This is literally what happened. Leonis gets a gold star. Right? This is literally what happened. Exactly. Natural escalation. Hey, Superman's out. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that brings everybody else out, bro. Brings the rest of the world out. Right? Superman's here. Oh shit. The world changes. Right? So yo, nah, man. How the hell is that the same? This is the insanity of these people. How is this the same? Oh, yeah, it was Dan Murrell. That's who it was then. Exactly. That's who I'm talking about then. Think about that. Fucking crazy. Bro, how much screen time did the Flash, Cyborg, and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, Aquaman have? What, like a minute maybe combined? How long is that scene? Crazy. He said Zack didn't even want to bring in Batman in the second film. He wanted to do Man of Steel 2. The studio forced Batman on Zack. People need to read. That is also another fact. And he made some goat shit with what he had to do. He said, I left out Suicide Squad because it would make it too easy. Facts. That's another movie, but it's too many characters too fast. Bro, all they were doing, and I liked it, man. The MCU, like, that's what I love how Zack was trying to do his shit different. The MCU is like these phases. It was almost like a fucking television show with seasons. And then it all leads to the season finale, which is a fucking Avengers movie, right? What Zack was doing felt like a linear story. Hey, I have this story. We're going to start with Superman and we're going to end with Justice League 3. Facts. Right? That's it. It's just like a linear story, this finite story. Let's tell this shit, get it done in the best way that we possibly can, and then we'll move on. Right? They can go reboot, right? Hey, we can flashpoint this thing and start a whole nother universe. And y'all can go do whatever y'all want to do. But no. Here we are. He said less than a minute each. Flash was maybe in a minute due to the nightmare scene, but that's it. Yep. Said Batman introduced in BVS. How many times did we see Cavill and Affleck in theaters after BVS? The second freaking movie. Remember when Robert Downey Jr. disappeared from the MCU after 2 films? Oh, wait. Facts, yo. Yep. Yeah, bro. Said it felt more connected and more cinematic. Yes. Yes, bro. Yes. Said one big problem that is that nearly a decade later, people don't understand Zack wasn't making 167 films like the MCU, 5 with spinoffs, etc. That's the point that I'm making, right? It's like it was a finite story that we were gonna, bruh, and he was gonna let them reboot at the end and give them the fucking alley-oop, which is crazy. But no, they couldn't do it, bro. They couldn't do it. And yet here we are. And now the chickens are coming home to roost. I forgot to play this last night, but let's go ahead and watch this video and we'll get into it afterwards.
I heard from 3 critics over the weekend who watched that clip out that I did of Jeff and I from discussing whether critics are becoming influencers. And by that, I mean critics who are in critics groups becoming influencers for Superman and questioning whether that is where the trend is now, because these people have money to make, salaries to pay, housing, mortgages to pay, lifestyles to upkeep, this kind of thing. And so they want to keep making their money. And look, nothing wrong with that. This is America. You can build your business as you see fit. It doesn't mean you're immune to criticism, but you can certainly build your business as you see fit and make your money as you see fit. But 3 separate critics reached out to me and told me that they did not like the movie. And 3 critics that I am friends with and that I respect and whose opinions I value. And like every critic, you're going to have people who like their reviews and don't like their reviews. But they're people I trust, not YouTubers. Okay, these are people who are legitimate critics And not that YouTube people aren't legitimate, because I'm a YouTube person. I'm saying that. But I'm saying these are people who are at publications, I guess is what I'm trying to say, or have followings where they have done reviews on big platforms. And they told me that the movie is a mess. Essentially, that was the three. So that's what I hear. But I myself am still going in open-minded. I am still going in to see it, because people like Mike Ryan, whose opinions I've also respected over the years, are saying it's good. And they loved it. And it's connecting to Top Gun Maverick. That gets me excited. So I think we're going to get mixed reviews. I think we're going to get a mixed reaction. The fact that Jeff and other places are reporting that the early sales tracking is slowing down, and that now we're looking at $100 million opening for this movie, I think that's scary. So these, in terms of for the studio, and I think WB is freaking out. I think that's the reason they didn't come to Comic-Con. I now more than ever, I believe that. And you can claim that I've got my tinfoil hat on my head, and that's totally fair. I am not devoid of criticism. You can criticize me for that, but I have to believe that that's the reason. If they knew they had an incredible product that was going to be universally beloved, I think they would want to do a victory lap at Comic-Con in the biggest auditorium possible.
We know why they wasn't at Comic-Con, bro. We know why they wasn't at Comic-Con. But, yo, it's so crazy that we're at this point, man. Right? Philip Stevens says, I love what Zach was going to do, but I still would have loved to see New Genesis and Apocalypse at war. It would have been DC's own Star Wars. It would have been a wrap for the MCU. Listen, man. Justice League 2, bro, was going to mainly be like a New Gods thing, man. It was going to be an entire, the whole, all the New Gods were going to be in that movie. That's where you were going to find out about all the shit that was going on and what happened with fucking Steppenwolf and Decide and all that, right? And why he owed 50,000 more worlds and all that, man, bruh. We were robbed, bro. And while that was going on, it was also going to be this Justice League plot line going on Earth. And then, as we know, the dark side and them invade Earth, and then they win, right? So yeah, you're gonna get all that set up in Justice League 2, bro. Right? Said fans thought it was MCU 2.0. This is why they freak out about Dick Grayson being dead and Jimmy Olsen, etc. They don't get it. Well, Leon and I were actually laughing about that the other day. I'm like, bro, you think we got time for Robin, bro, and Nightwing and his dark side and shit? Bro, come on, man. Come on, bro. Finite story. Finite story. Okay? Finite story. We don't have time for Jimmy Olsen. And with this new Superman movie, you're seeing why Zach didn't have time for Jimmy Olsen. Bro, it's too much shit going on. You think we want to hear about Jimmy Olsen, and we got the New Gods and like Granny Goodness, and you know what I mean? I'd much rather be hearing from Granny Goodness. Yo, he said, man, that man had to toe the line. Yeah, bro. But look, this is my thing though. Are these conversations being had, bro, if we're not over here doing what we do? Right? Right? What's going on? Shouts out to the Doolies. You dig? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they were going to do that New Gods movie, too. They had a whole New Gods film. I don't know if it was great. You know what I mean? But, yeah, because she was trying to reboot. Right? Right? Yeah. Because she was trying to reboot. Because Zach wasn't about to have no cat. Zach, you saw Zach's fucking granny goodness, right? He said, you'd have to be an idiot to believe this. Zack Snyder is in shit after Rebel Moon. He had his moment with the DCEU, but other than that, no one cares about Snyder. Only his cultists. Okay, well, wait. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on. Watch this. Okay. James Gunn's combined box office is $2.5 billion. Zack Snyder's combined box office is $6.5 billion. So I think it's safe to say that I'm too much for these niggas and three much for these hoes. Woo! Boy, we got problems up here. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, yeah, bro, we was gonna get that war between Krypton, bruh. Dude, we were supposed to see all that, like why the moon was destroyed on Krypton, right? It was gonna turn out, it was gonna be Doomsday, the real Doomsday, bruh. The entire story, man, bruh, y'all tripping, bruh, tripping. He's out of trusted Ava, hey, that he can't lie, bro. HMDS says the bots are out in full force. The cope is insane. They're already saying, oh, like you said last night, that it's okay if it underperforms because it will do well on HBO Max. Well, just drop that shit on streaming right now, then. Just drop it on there, right? What's going on, Nessa? Thank you for being here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Right? Yes. He said, I want to see the Snyder community move away from thinking that Superman flopping will get WBD to see the light. ZSJL should have done that. It's clear sabotage. We passed incompetence a few years back. Thank you, bro. Look, that's why I'm saying that, you know, it ain't even no reason to having these conversations, right? He said if nobody cared about Snyder, he wouldn't have been the subject of Rick and Morty. The internet wouldn't be constantly talking about him in regards to a Superman movie he didn't make. Ooh, hey, this comment gets a gold star too. Man, y'all cooking, boy. Y'all cooking. He said that OG slate almost nostalgic. It is, bro. The Cyborg movie, bro, is the Rick Famuyiwa Flash movie, bro. He said, I know we may seem like we're sticklers about shit, but bro, we be on point. we know these weirdos too well. This shit nuts, man. Yeah, bro. He said, big bank take little bank. Over here trying to say nobody cares about Zack Snyder. So why he got 3 times the box office then? Riddle me this, riddle me that. Right? He said, remember when everyone hated Superman 4 and the internet decided to discuss it every single day for a decade straight? Yo, oh my God, bro. He said, does Nolan like James Gunn's work? Oh my God, bro. Oh, shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. He said, just FYI, we never, and I mean never, get notifications. You gonna lie. Hey, much love, man. It's all good, bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Doomsday versus Steppenwolf fighting on one of Krypton's moons. Bro, this is the shit, bro. This is the shit that we gave up, or that we lost, rather. Right? This is the shit that we lost, bro. And we're supposed to be cool with Mr. Terrific somehow, bro. Yo, I didn't feel like this watching Mr. Terrific on the CW, but I damn near feel like, oh boy, got on blackface, man. This shit is crazy. This is crazy. Said, I love how Rotten Tomatoes does not matter until it does. Rotten Tomatoes don't matter. It doesn't. When I found out that they was giving out shit for $50, they selling shit for $50. $50 a review? Bro, I mean, you can take $50, go over to Fig. He said streets be saying this Superman movie is silly. Hey, we're gonna get to some more reactions too. But all this just proves that this thing is dumb, yo. He said Wonder Woman 84 has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. And they coming in here trying to talk about Rotten Tomatoes, bro. Oh my God, bro. He said, so what's the difference between this version and the CW version? That afro, dog. The whole thing, bro. the whole thing. The whole thing, bro. Like, look, we've said this, you know, and I'll keep it a buck, right? Certain things in terms of comic accuracy, right? In terms of comic accuracy, some things don't translate, yo. They just don't. The Trunks on Superman is a great example. Great example. Right? So the whole afro with the sideburns, it's just hey man, it just don't work. Like it just looks weird. It looks weird. And then you hear his voice and like he has to talk all weird because it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He said IGN gave Superman an 8, but gave Willow a 9. Right? Yeah, bro. He said, so if it doesn't matter, why does it not matter when it comes to the Jurassic Park rebirth? I've never brought up the Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think I've ever brought that up. So you might be talking about something that another content creator said. Right? I said the visceral lips, right? What's going on, Necron? Right? He said, let's see them apart. Batman being Art in prison or Clark being cooked. Thank God that guy left DC, and I hope I never see him back. Hey, cool, man. Oh my god, bro. That is hilarious, bro. Oh my god. He said, no game before Man of Steel. Well, yeah, actually, I think they look, you can say whatever, right? But did Superman Returns? Okay, let's take Superman Returns. Let's take Man of Steel out. Was that movie successful, dog? With the Christopher Reeve rehash, with the trunks, you know? Right? And it's not just the trunks, bro. Look, we're in a world now where it's cool to see Wolverine in his OG like yellow and blue, right? It's cool now, right? But I totally understand why they never fucking put him in the yellow shit before, especially back in 2000 when that first one came out, or 2000 when the first one came out. Was it 2001? It was either 99, 2000, or 2001. One of those three. I don't know. But with that being said, yeah, they didn't give them like their old fucking costumes. So some things just don't translate, right? And it's not even a bad thing like that. It's just that, hey, you have to modernize. You have to modernize. You have to. Right? Superman Returns, he didn't even throw a fucking punch in that whole movie. Didn't throw one punch. Flopped. Christopher Reeve rehash. Flopped. He said, bro, you can literally tell by the smile someone posts on a thumbnail both their testosterone level and if they're gonna like this. Yo, it's true, man. Right? Superman is gonna be huge at the box office. We'll see. Right? Said, I feel like if Universal really wanted to get in their bag with a Jurassic Park movie, they would tinfoil hatish with what's past Antarctica. But I don't think Hollywood. They ain't about to do that, bro. Right? Yeah. Yeah. He said, I'm basically saying where everyone says when it comes to visuals, no one beats Zack Snyder, but is the director he is not even by far, not even close. That's like your opinion, man. But as I just showed with the box office, I think the box office has shown that that's not true. He's more successful at the box office. And I was just going to say this too. Film is actually a visual medium. He is what you would call a visual storyteller, right? Which means that a lot of things that people don't understand, and look, this is going to sound crazy and but I really don't care, right? It is what it is. I think a lot more people, if you guys actually watched the movie and watched the frames, he's actually using a lot of visual cues to tell you guys things that is not being explicitly said through dialogue, right? My favorite movie in Batman vs Superman, I think is a great example of that, right? Which my favorite scene from that entire movie is the scene on the rooftop with Lex and Superman, right? Where while that scene is starting off and Superman's talking, he starts out way up here. Lex is like down here. And the more that Lex is talking, Superman just keeps coming down and down and down and down and down, right? Until eventually they're on the same level, right? And by the end of the scene, Superman is kneeling in front of Lex Luthor, right? Now, that's literally you being shown the power dynamic shifting, right? But if people aren't in tune with that, or if they're just sitting there listening to what he's saying, but not also watching the movie and watching what's going on, you know, I just think some of these things can go over people's heads. And that's not a bad thing. Not everybody goes to the movies for the same reasons. Not everybody, you know, hey, it's fine. But I think that the box office needs to speak. And when the fan base is rocking with something, you don't pull it out of China early so that it doesn't hit a billion. You don't fucking, you know, remove 30 minutes from BVS that you end up like removing that 30 minutes should have taught them a lesson, but it didn't. They actually went and did the opposite and doubled down in their fucking tactics and ruined Justice League even more, which is not even debatable. It's not even debatable. Right? So, hey man, it's cool. Right? He said people can have their opinions, but when a movie that is out today looks cosmetically worse than one that came out more than 10 years ago, we have a big problem. This is objective, not subjective. And Sue is saying James Gunn has a clear vision that's seen in Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad, and Superman. He didn't compromise on his visual style. I think Gunn's style is beautiful for comic book content. Cool. The Suicide Squad made so much less than any fucking Zack Snyder movie in terms of DC. It made so much less. This Superman movie is probably going to make less than Man of Steel, right? So at the end of the day, everybody can have their preferences. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, hey, think that Zack Snyder is a better director than James Gunn. But what I am going to tell you is that when the market speaks, and his movie continues to perform under what the fuck was going on beforehand, I don't care about any of you guys' preferences. I just don't care. HMDS says, remember when the critics complained that Denis Villeneuve's films looked amazing but didn't talk enough? They aren't looking for a film. You are looking for a bedtime story. He said, Lex captured Ma Kent and was torturing her, but people freaked because Superman got angry. He said, Gunn has mogged Zack Snyder when it comes to audience and critic ratings, consistency. Okay, but what about box office? It's the money, Lebowski. It's the money. Why are we talking about critics? I don't care. Sue, you think that this movie is going to make bank? James Gunn doesn't agree with you. James Gunn is out there saying, I don't know why people are saying that this movie has to make money. I mean, it don't have to make $700 million. Newsflash. Man of Steel. Bruh. Okay, hold on. Right? Right? Let's bring up this one real quick. And we we're gonna double it up, right? Because we ain't gonna just bring that one. We're gonna bring the other receipts too, right? Because that's how we do. Okay. So James Gunn said that this movie does not need to, he said, yo, it does not need to be as big as people saying it is, yo. He's saying it's nonsense if you think it's gonna flop, right? It's nonsense, right? Okay. This is after the Suicide Squad film lost $100 or over $100 million. Okay. Now, what is the box office for Man of Steel? Right? Man of Steel made $670 million. That is in 2013. So the question becomes, if your movie does not make as much as a film that came out 12 years ago, right? And we ain't even counting inflation. He said it ain't got to make 700 nowadays. Y'all think he would be saying that if this film was tracking? Right? Right? Roger says, I hate that they include every single DCU movie to the Snyderverse after they fired Zack. You know what I mean? During Justice League, it became the Hamadaverse. Thank you. He said it's 900 plus adjusted for inflation. $900+ million adjusted for inflation. But he's saying it ain't even got to hit what Man of Steel hit, right? He's saying we ain't got to sell no merchandise, right? We ain't got to move no tickets, right? He said James Gunn Suicide Squad versus Suicide Squad, which is the better receipt? Oh, let's look, because you know what I mean? He said, if it makes bank, I'm coming back to your comment section to gloat. Just keep that in mind. Hey, and I also won't be mad when you don't come back, right? When after that shit, you know, or if you come back under a different name, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of you guys tend to do, right? So, right, let's see something, right? Okay, right, yeah, right. Let's see, right. You guys make this shit too easy, bro. Which is the better receipt? Right? Okay. Where'd that comment go? Where'd that comment go? Okay, so James Gunn Suicide Squad versus the other Suicide Squad, right? Let's see. Okay. James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie made $168.7 million. worldwide. 168.7 million dollars worldwide. Okay, but whoa. What did the first one make? Let's see. Right? Let's see. Right? $746 million. It seems to me like he actually killed this franchise. Right? It would seem as if it killed the franchise. And look at that. They even got a picture of the fucking James Gunn version next to the... Look at how they do. Look at how they do. Crazy. Lost over $100 million. But, you know, I digress. Right? I digress. Which one's better? Which one has the better receipt? Right? I think when it comes to receipts for tickets sold, you know what I'm saying? Yo, crazy. And it won an Oscar. And that shit had the fucking soundtrack that sold all them. And they sold all that Joker and Harley Quinn merchandise. And they showed all that Deadshot shit. Right? He said, yeah, even I don't buy that. That's oh my God, I love it. I love it. Man, y'all put y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom. You dig? Yeah. Because I'm about to play a couple more of these videos and then we're going to get on out of here. Let me start with this one. You dig?
What in the hell was this? I just got back from watching Superman and wow, the new Superman movie really missed the mark for me. I feel like The Flash had a better story and the CGI reminded me of The Flash, and we all know that's not a good thing. The jokes literally reminded me what we got from Thor Ragnarok, and some of it even from Thor Love and Thunder, and it didn't fit the tone of Superman, and I don't know why James Gunn is trying to bring over the MCU to the DC universe. It just doesn't fit. The action scenes literally felt like they were taken straight from Guardians of the Galaxy, especially the scene that we got in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I feel like James Gunn can't do anything else besides team up movies. And Superman is just a movie that he shouldn't have done, a character he shouldn't have messed with, because I just felt like he destroyed the DC universe with this movie. This just didn't feel like a DC project. Everything about it was too bright. David Cornsweet, I don't think he fits this Superman role. And I feel like it's one of his major acting roles. And I don't think they should have gave it to this guy right here. The suit, it still didn't work for me. In live action, it just is not fitted. He's not muscular. Henry Cavill, I hate bringing this up, but Henry Cavill is the definition of Superman. Henry Cavill had the look and presence that captured the Superman character. Henry Cavill just had that aura that David Cornsweet does not have. And Nicholas Hoult, I'm sorry, he literally reminded me of Jesse Eisenberg. So we should have just casted Jesse Eisenberg to play Lex Luthor. I don't see the difference in how he played him. I felt like he played him even worse than Jesse Eisenberg. I felt like this was a complete miscast. I feel like James Gunn was trying to bring politics into it too
Bring back
much.
Eisenberg.
The reason why we go to movies is to forget about all that's going on. Make up a new story. Stop trying to take stuff from everywhere and piece it together, and we clearly see that it didn't work. And bringing in social media into a Superman world, I don't like it. I think that's just a personal thing. I think it just doesn't work for the Superman character. I don't know, but this whole movie was disappointing to me. I probably give this movie a 3 out of 10. Yes, we got probably some good action scenes. The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 scene was phenomenal. The hallway scene, and we got some of that in here. But other than that, I felt like this was a complete miscast all the way around. David Cornsweet is not Superman. Nicholas Hoult is not Lex. So I don't know where the DC universe goes from here, because I think this was a complete misfire.
Wait a minute. What question didn't I answer? The hell? What question didn't I answer? And you know what's funny? Not only did he admit in this clip that he's biting off of James Gunn's or he's biting off of Zack's action again because of the fact that, you know, that scene from Guardians 3 that he's talking about was a scene that he ripped from Sucker Punch, right? But also, bro, I was just about to get to that. I'ma need somebody to go check the fucking tape last night. Wasn't they in my chat last night telling me that the fucking hashtag shit wasn't in the movie? Does anybody remember that last night? Does anybody remember last night when people were in my chat telling me, hey man, Eric Voss said that the fucking hashtag shit isn't in the movie? Ain't that what they said last night? This was last night, bruh. Didn't somebody tell me the hashtag shit wasn't in the movie last night? Sure did. He said, oh, I remember, right? Last night. But no. Look, and if that's true, that guy from that fucking platform got on the internet and said that hashtag shit is not in that movie, that lets you know exactly what you need to. Oh my God. You said there were 2 hashtags. Magnus confirmed it. I told y'all. Right? No. Were they not in my chat telling me, hey, Sky, that guy from New Rockstar said that the hashtag shit is in the movie? Right? That happened last night. Which Suicide Squad did The Orleans love more? The Orleans? Was it like a fucking new? Is that like an outlet? The New Orleans, bro? Are we talking about how many? How much? Huh? He said Godzilla versus Kong made $470 million that year, bro. Facts. Crazy. Crazy. And he said, Sky, you, myself, and others confirm those hashtags. Bro, they was in there last night telling me that I was wrong and that the shit wasn't in the movie. And then you got somebody who just said, hey man, I don't like that social media is a big thing in this movie like that. Yes, bruh, it is. And it's 2 hashtags put out by Space Monkeys. it's a hashtag something about Lois Lane. And they use them to make Superman and Lois Lane look bad. You know what I mean? Yes. There's 2 fucking hashtags put out by space monkeys to make Superman look bad. Yeah, it's like Lois Lane something. Yeah. Oh my God, bro. Crazy. Crazy, bro. Space monkeys. Right? Anyway, let me get back to what I was about to do, because I just had this. I had to kind of touch on that because they was literally in the chat last night trying to tell me that I fucking didn't know what I was that I didn't know what I was talking about. Right? Sky, did you like Andor? Yes, I did. Loved it. Loved it. Tell me you didn't see the movie without telling me. I said that I didn't see the movie last night. You obviously don't know the platform. I said I'm not going to go watch this movie. Been very upfront. Bruh, I don't know if it's like you guys don't know this platform and you're just in here, which is cool. But like I literally talked about this last night. Last night, it was a stream where I said, hey, I talked to somebody that just walked out of the theater. It was from this screening, right? And I got a very, very detailed, and excuse me if I didn't remember what the lowest hashtag was, specifically. But yeah, I said that I didn't see the movie last night. So that means nothing to me. Right? That means nothing to me. We got Helder with the $5 super chat. Or no, this is 5 where I don't know. $5, but Diaper Man cosplaying an old lantern, Fat Girl, and Miss Token. Yo, I've never seen this. Seen your name in here before, but this is hilarious. This is a hilarious super chat though, bro. Let me go ahead and give you a drop. You know what I mean? Right? Sue says, Sky, you're cool, even though we have Superman disagreements. Yo, I said this at the start of the stream. I don't agree 100% with my mama. You know what I mean? I don't mind having disagreements. So all of the leaks are true. Facts. And yes, Supergirl shows up drunk at the end and gets humped by Supergirl. Oh man, crazy. Said that was a typo. What was the typo? I don't know. This chat been on fire today. Said drunk, angry girl Boston calling Superman a bitch. Yeah, oh yeah, facts, yo. Facts, yo. Yeah. Nah, it's crazy, bro. Crazy. Yeah. Look, and I just think it's hilarious that they're trying to act like this movie can just flop and everything is gonna be cool, right? But yeah, I got a couple more videos in play before we start doing members minutes.
Another thing Superman has to deal with, another thing cluttering up this movie. This is absolutely a Superman movie for a whole new generation. Superman taking on his greatest threat ever. Social media. Look, in the end, there's nothing hidden here. There are no surprises. I'm not just talking about the
Wait, once again, social media. They were in my chat telling me last night Go watch the stream. They was like, oh, old boy from New Rockstar said it's not in the movie. Oh, right, multiple times. Social media is Superman's kryptonite. Crazy. Because who be talking about how chronically online that they are? Might make you think.
Another thing Superman has to deal with, another thing cluttering up this movie. This is absolutely a Superman movie for a whole new generation. Superman taking on his greatest threat ever. Social media. Look, in the end, there's nothing hidden here. There are no surprises. I'm not just talking about the fact that this movie's shockingly predictable. I'm saying whatever your mindset is, if you have excitement or fear, the answer is yes. If you're like, oh man, James Gunn doing Superman, I'm a little concerned by that. I feel like there's going to be conflicting tone. Yes. Or if you're like, James Gunn doing Superman, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, I want to see him bring that energy to Superman. Yes. Like either way, you already know if you're going to like this or not. There's some enjoyment in this movie for sure, but a lot of the support characters just feel one-dimensional as hell. Guy Gardner was great. Mr. Terrific, he was cool. I just wish I knew more about him. Hawk Girl, what exactly is it you do here? And that's the Justice Gang. And that out-of-place James Gunn humor just killed a lot more than it added to this movie. And it'd probably be a better time if you're drunk. Yeah, what a bummer. All right, so Superman, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Probably haven't seen it yet. Or what's a character who showed you that being good is the cool thing? I always liked villains myself, but there was a character who I was like, yeah, being a hero is awesome. Zack Fair, Crisis Core. Just wanted to be a hero.
Right, yeah. This is great. I'm actually loving this question, right? Jeremy says, okay, so here's the real question. Are any of you going to see the movie? If not, why are you talking about it? Here's the thing. There are people that are in my chat and are members on this platform that being here all the time that have stated that they're going to go watch this movie. I have never given them any grief. That is not what we do over here. I talk about what the hell I enjoy and what I'm going to go see. And I'll tell you, because I'm not going to go see this movie. Absolutely not, right? But I'll tell you why I'm talking about it. One, because it's my fucking channel and I can talk about it because I just want to, right? But not even just that, because that's like the obvious answer, right? That's the easy answer, right? But no, the real answer is because I'm a fucking DC fan. And whatever is going on with DC is going to like, I feel like it is my job as a DC fan to be able to speak on it, right? When I was running around my grandmother's house when I was a little bitty kid with my fucking Batmobile that was hooked up to this little fucking remote control, and I used to be chasing it around and trying to drive it everywhere and running it into the fucking shit, and putting on my little fake cape and jumping off of shit and acting like I was bad. When I was doing all of those things, that gives me the right to speak on the movies when they come out. When I was reading the comic books, right? When I was watching Superman Returns, right? When I was doing all of these things that precluded Zack Snyder being there, loving Batman 89, Batman 2, loved it, right? I was a kid when Batman Forever came out, loved that one too. True story. My parents said that as a child, me and my little brother walked out of Batman and Robin loving that movie. Now, as an adult, I think it's fucking atrocious. But when I was a kid, I loved it. And since I have been a DC fan for my entire fucking life, that is why I get to speak on this shit. You dig? And we got the homie Apex Leon stopping through. What's going on? Because I'm cooking right now, bro.
I know. That's why I just want to say something real quick, and I'm out to that dumbass question. That was a stupid ass question. I'm sorry. This is what makes Sky a professional, and he runs his channel excellently. That was
Crypto.
a dumbass question.
Supergirl gets humped by Crypto, the dog.
Facts.
But anyway,
That was
what
a
were you
stupid
saying,
ass
bro?
question. Why are you talking about? Why are we talking about entertainment on an entertainment channel?
Why was Gunn talking about my hashtags? Right? What about that?
Stupid, bro. I'm so done with bad faith, dumbass questions. Like I'm just enjoying the stream, chilling, doing my thing, doing some notations for clients. I put all that shit away. I was like, I gotta hop on here and just say something real quick. That was pretty much all I had to say. That's a dumbass question. Do you go to other people's channels and ask them why they're talking about entertainment on their channels?
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I want to know, why was James Gunn talking about my fucking hashtags though?
Facts. And I want to add this too.
Why was James Gunn talking about my hashtags? Yeah. So hey, you know what? Wait, whoa. You know why I'm also not entertaining this shit? This motherfucker got space monkeys creating hashtags in his movie.
Facts, bro.
And we coming over here trying to talk about why I'm talking about the movie. Why is there space monkeys creating hashtags to make Superman look bad?
I don't know if you highlighted this comment, but just in case goofies in the chat who want to ask dumbass questions about why, and your channel's literally called Skywalker Entertainment. You talk about all entertainment, whether you like it or not.
So he can talk about my shit, but I can't talk about his film.
Gunn literally tweeted and called our hashtags wacky. The two that we created.
Bro, it's right here. Just look. They can't deny this. It's on the screen.
Facts. And now two anti-Superman hashtags are in the movie. Word?
With space monkeys.
And now I don't want to do dodging this conversation. Jeremy, Sue, Brad, and John, or whatever the hell y'all names are. Don't dodge.
Crazy, bro.
Don't straw man this.
They're space monkeys in the movie. Hey guys, look.
Hey, Bell. I mean, look. I just got a question to Sky, Bell, the chat. Let's be real. This dude is terminally online.
Chronically.
Would it be shocking to think that he actually does watch some semblance of us when he's liked posts that were anti-Sky and separate from Sky, anti-me? And I don't do shit on the internet, basically. I'm on fucking Twitter pushing what we do over here in the syndicate. And this motherfucker found the time to like posts that he was not tagged in. His name was not mentioned in either of these posts. They're two separate posts. And they were talking shit about both me and him, and he liked them when likes were still visible. That's number one. Number two, before that, he even said, these are wackiest hashtags I've ever seen, and went and tried to do a dumbass breakdown about our hashtags on Twitter because he was pissed off that we made hashtag sell ZSJL to Netflix, hashtag sell Snyderverse to Netflix.
Yep, and now there's space monkeys. Now there's space monkeys creating hashtags in his movie to make Superman look bad, Leon.
To add to that, Sky, can you walk them briefly through when this dude was talking to himself online? He asked himself a question and then answered it.
Right?
Y'all remember that? He posed as a bot.
He said, and there it is. And there what is, Jeremy? And there what is? This is a fair question. Right? Because look,
he's not about to straw man this, is he?
Bruh, of course he is, right? But I'm gonna make sure that we keep him on point.
Facts.
So are you a Batman fan? I'm a
No, no, no,
Batman
no, no,
fan.
no,
I'm
no, no, no,
no,
no,
bro,
no,
bro.
no,
This
no, no, no,
motherfucker's all over the
no, no,
place.
no, 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 no. We're a fan of this conversation that we're having.
Bro, this man knows who we are, knows what we've done, which is create hashtags to try to get the fucking Snyderverse over to Netflix. Two hashtags, right? And he goes and he makes a Superman movie where there are space monkeys, right? And hey, Leon is also another African American man. You know what I'm saying,
Correct.
right? So, and we've been the heads of this fucking campaign, been the ones most visible and out there, right? And now all of a sudden there's space monkeys creating two hashtags to make Superman look bad in the movie. Now, can you explain one, why is that the motherfucking case? And do we is it reasonable to assume that maybe there's more to that? And also, is it just fair that if he's speaking about what the fuck we got going on, why can't we speak about his movie?
And
our shit ain't got nothing to do with him.
It is crazy to think that like this shit should be beneath him. We should not be on his radar. I have screenshots of this man. We've already showed him on past streams, but it's funny.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I have screenshots of this man liking posts that he was not tagged in. He was not named in these posts. It was a post talking shit about me and how Hollywood doesn't like me, and another post separate from myself talking about Sky, talking shit about him and how people don't like him in Hollywood. He liked them both. James Gunn was not mentioned or tagged in either of these posts, but he goes out of his way to like them.
Bro, what does this mean, bro?
Oh, this dude's a bot.
What does this mean? What does this mean, bro?
We're Jeremy, just shut up.
Anyway,
Honestly,
bro, back to the videos. I'm not even entertaining any more of that. Anything else that you want to say, bro?
Nah, that was it. I'm out. I'm about to dip. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you do your thing. This is a great fire dope stream as per usual. I was just getting like, this shit was bothering the shit out of me. I was like, nah, this is stupid. You're questioning why an entertainment channel talks about entertainment, number one. And number two, you're trying to dodge this conversation of why this chronically online director, like, Lord have, anyway, keep doing your thing, Sky.
Yeah,
shit's
bro.
Fire.
Bro, we gonna keep this thing going, bro.
For sure.
We having mad fun over here, bro. We having mad fun over here. Integrity know what's up, bro. Integrity know what's up. We are absolutely disrupting the status quo for sure. W Necron says Snyderverse was dead in the water after Cavill firing. Hashtag Cell movement reignited the whole thing again. Gunn, of course, cannot stand Skywalker and Leon and whole movement. Crazy, bro.
Facts. That's I'm glad you said that, W Necron, because that is the reason why.
That's why
the hashtags are wacky.
That's and why there are space monkeys in the fucking movie.
Facts. Using
you know
two
what I'm saying?
hashtags.
Yeah. Hey, thank you too, Nessa. Right? But it's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, stupid. It's a stupid ass statement. It's a stupid ass question. Why are you talking about something? Bitch, why are you in a chat questioning what we're doing? Go to another chat that's doing precisely what you want them to do. Or start your own channel.
Hey,
goofy, man.
That'll be dope. I did it. You know what I mean? I used to be in the chat too. Yep. All right, bro.
I'm out for real this time.
Salute, bro. For sure. Right?
Keep banging. Keep banging.
Right? He said Necron's a heavy metal monkey. Austin's a producer. This is crazy, bro. He said, Gunn be like, now if I just call them space monkeys instead of monkeys, nobody would notice a thing. Crazy, bro. Crazy. They're space monkeys. Hashtagging from a pocket universe. Bro, come on, man. Come on. He is, bruh. Space monkeys hashtagging from a pocket universe. Really? 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 He said, but Sky, we're crazy though, right? Monkeys hashtagging from a pocket universe, dog. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. They said that they calling Jeremy Johns MAGA because he didn't like the movie. It's crazy, bro. Anybody that don't like this movie is getting attacked, bro. Oh yeah, and we hit the 50 like meter. Y'all should have let me know earlier. Here's a drop.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
And I said, you heard about if Jor-El is in the movie? Yeah, he is. All those leaks are true. They're all true. Said it's crazy that you claim to be a DC fan. Oh my God. Wow. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, it's wild, right? It's wild because think about this, guys. Think about this. They are telling me that James Gunn is above DC. That is what this means. They're saying James Gunn is above DC. That if you don't like what James Gunn is doing with DC, just shut up and watch it. And then not only that, but then, you know, yo, we just gotta consume. We just gotta consume, y'all. He said your hashtags aren't gonna do anything. They already have. If they weren't gonna do anything, James Gunn wouldn't have had to come out here and try to stamp out the momentum. Said, please tell me again why the Snyder Cut got released in the first place. I can promise you it wasn't because of your hashtags. My hashtags came way later. Way later, bro. Way later. And the Snyder Cut got released because AT&T forced Warner Media to do it. Absolutely. And then they fired the person that greenlit it right after. And it was because of the monumentous effort, right, worldwide between a fan base and a group of people that came together because they had a like-minded idea, and they moved mountains when a multi-billion-dollar corporation told them no. We all came together. The world became a Justice League, and they bent to our will. Absolutely. Absolutely. And these hashtags, just in case, you know, in case you didn't know, have been supported by the former head of Netflix film, Zack Snyder himself. It's been retweeted by several cast members, several people involved with the project. See, I'm glad when you guys give me these opportunities to like just lay out, right? Because y'all got the right ones. Y'all got the right ones, right? See, this community, this fan base is different. It's different. Right? Yo, crazy. Forbes acknowledged what we doing multiple times, but because we got a jackass in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, man. But they're not gonna do anything, guys. Yeah, no. Integrity. This is why we move forward, and this is why we move the way that we do, bro. He said, "You're not a Superman. No, you don't like Superman. You're not a real DC fan." Crazy. Just think about the hubris that is on these people. He said, "Since I don't like Superman by James Gunn, that negates everything that I was just saying, right? Between like going to all these fucking movies to go see him in IMAX, buying all this merch, playing all the video games, consuming all this media, right? Because, hold on, because if I don't think that some shit like this is dope, then I'm wrong." Where the hell is that video?
Where's the dog? The dog, loser! You took the dog! Where's the dog? They've always been wrong about me. I get scared, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. Why are you being like this? I wasn't representing any people. We're going to die.
Yeah, yo. Oh my God. Who's the minority now, bro? Say love every iteration till now, but because you don't like MCU 2.0 super shit, you're not a DC fan. Crazy. Where's the dog? Bruh, that clip single-handedly made my dad not want to go see the movie. He said it's the it's that high-pitched scream at the end, bro. All right. He said, seriously, I need a stream from you or someone explaining to me what a true DC fan is. Define it. How many movies must we own? How many comics? How many can we dislike? Bro, this is true, man. This is true. How do we quantify these things? And he said, roll the tape again. All right, bro. Yeah, it is that one at the end, bro. I'm going to roll this.
Where's the dog? The dog, loser! You took the dog! Where's the dog? They've always been wrong about me. I get scared, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. Why are you being like this? I wasn't representing any people. We're going to die.
I be trying to hold it in, bro. Is that come on, bro? Oh my God. Zack Snyder got hella heat back in the day. People went as far as to mention his daughter, but he never clapped back once. Not the facts, yo. Thanks, guy. He said, and then crypto ruined his speech. She said, I gotta put my volume down every time you put that clip. Bro, it's that scream at the end. Look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna roll this shit back one more time.
Where's the dog? The dog, loser! You took the dog! Where's the dog? They've always been wrong about me. I get scared, but that is being human. And that's my greatest strength. Why are you being like this? I wasn't representing anyone. We're going to die.
Bro, why is everybody whooping his ass, bro? Oh my God, bro. Is that what makes Superman more relatable? Getting humped by crypto. But anyway, man, look. We about to do members minutes, y'all. I'm about to start shutting this thing down, bro. This has been a wonderful stream. Fun as always. Let's go ahead and hit this. I'll be right back.
Check. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. But what about you? What about you? Came a long way from no subs back when y'all was showing me no love, no front. I just had to take a look back, cause sometimes y'all forgot I shook that. I know they would attack cause of own issues. To be honest, I got sick and tired of feeling misused. That's why I've always played a drop for every super chat to show appreciation. Now you're fucking doing that. And just like Mikey used to bring us all together, we gotta take a minute to shout out all the members. Just so you know, you keep the fire going like embers. They say a lot, but I forgot, I don't remember. Be better. Say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. They say all I care about is views. But what about you? What about you? Maybe I was better as a young man. At least I can say I never became a dumb man. Cause I never grew up to be a James Gunn fan. Real ones of those I can only count on one hand. 5,000 people who really just want stand, or 5K accounts that really just want scam. Whoever I was behind the circle is really just one man trying to paint impressions to get whatever trending. I'm done, man. Who fucking real? Who ain't an avatar? Who ain't three versions of themselves like they fucking Savitar? Who ain't cosplaying every day, complaining that they had it hard? The fact that you don't see yourself playing the victim is the saddest part. Really, you should try to fix your tune like a bad guitar. Keep trying to evolve when you were just a magic card. The tragic part, you just a Pokemon. The magic part, you think you Goldilocks. We need better ops than fucking Team Rocket. You just a green goblin without the fucking deep pockets. Bet we found you in a den where you can never be honest. Honest, if you one of them, then you fucking need phonics. Stupid. All I care about is views. But what about you?
You had to let that rock today. Had to let that rock today. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the homie, the good Austin. You dig? But yeah, we about to get in the members minutes, man. Yo, let's look at what we got. We got the homie, the new geek saying vindicated, hashtag sales years and L and sell Snyderverse to Netflix. Much love, bro. We got what's the next one? Curly Ray saying replay crew, much love, Brody. right? And yep, and that was it for today. For the members' comments, right? Yeah. They said Ultraman is corn sweat. Bruh, they was trying to say that shit was Cavill. Look, that was something else, right? Because somebody said earlier in the chat, like, why wasn't or that Zack ain't really, moving the needle or whatever, right? But then at the same time, they keep trying to fucking use his characters. They saying Ben Affleck's Batman is in the post-credit scene. Hey, Henry Cavill is Ultraman. You know what I mean? All these fucking things, like, oh man, Gal Gadot. It's like every fucking day is something else. Like, hey, some kind of person or character that's fucking connected to the Snyderverse. They trying to sell you on them being in the movie. But Zack ain't popular though. Crazy. Yeah. He said, what you mean it's not Cavill? Right? Nah. The Momoa Lobo switch out is dumb. Yep, it is. Right? Nah. Yeah, bro. Corn Sweat played Ultraman. Bruh, first of all, I said that shit was gonna be the case. So if anything, y'all out here trying to act like I don't know nothing about this movie. Hey, I said he was gonna be fucking Ultraman, yo. Shit was obvious. Right? But everybody that was trying to sell you that it was gonna be somebody else are for y'all gonna go tell them that they was wrong? Are you gonna say, hey, Sky, you got that right, bro? Right? You said when they first showed Ultraman that it was gonna be Corn Sweat. Right? Crazy. He said, I have zero respect for Momoa. Yo, at the end of the day, I want the whole cast to come back. Right? Right? I want the whole cast to come back. But at the same time, as we've stated this entire time, as long as it's Zack, that's the only thing, bro. That is our only prerequisite. Like, you know what I mean? Said you cannot sit up here and say that you are a DC fan, yet disregard everything this man is doing. Why? Because it's not your version of DC. And I absolutely can disregard it. Do would you like to know more? Right? Oh, all right. Question. Could I disregard Batman and Robin? Could I disregard New Mutants? Right? She said, you disregarded Snyder. You're not a real deal. Crazy, bro. Crazy. You think Henry, who is Superman, was really going to come back as the bad guy fighting Superman? Why in it? Right? But yet they tried it. There are a lot of movies that can be disregarded. That is a fact. Ain't no like, oh man, you know, hey, like, and especially from a lot of y'all that came up in here trying to talk shit about Snyder for the last 10, 12 years and try to shit on everything he's ever put out. Crazy. Shout out to Nessa. You know what I mean? Anyway, we about to get on out of here. Yeah, he said, tell me a time Superman ever became Batman in tone. If you think Man of Steel was Batman tone, good night, sir. Anyway, I'll probably be back on here tomorrow. We gonna catch y'all then. You dig? Y'all stay easy. We gonna catch y'all next time. All right. Peace.
Zack Snyder fans are weirdos. Do you think James Gunn can reboot the universe properly?
This answer your question. Oh my God. James Gunn. James Gunn. James Gunn. James Gunn. James Gunn. James Gunn. James Gunn.
Hey, Walton, James Gunn's not more successful than Zack Snyder at the box office. Zack Snyder, look at Batman v Superman and how well 300 did and all that stuff. Boy, I gotta tell you, James Gunn's fans, you guys are like, you're more aggressive. Let's just say more aggressive than even Snyder fans, and that's saying something. Woo! And you got a lot of free time, I must say.